Want to hear something good?
Want to hear something good?
That's good.
I gotta tell you about this good thing. Did you hear about that program? It's good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
What's good?
What's good?
Did you hear what's good?
What's good, Goodwill?
What's good, Goodwill?
What's good,
Goodwill?
What's good, Goodwill? I'm your host, Michelle, and joining me today is Heather, who is highly caffeinated.
I am highly caffeinated on this cold and rainy day.
I thought my 20-ounce dirty chai with white coffee and a splash of pumpkin was a little much this morning, but apparently...
You know, the nice thing when you go through a drive-thru and you order several coffee and teas, they have no idea that you're not buying them for your
Other
family
people?
or coworkers. They have no idea that all three of them were for me.
Heather likes, we're doing an event today, and Heather, I joke that she double fists, like she has a drink in each hand, and we should get her one of those beer hats, so she just
Seriously.
put the caffeinated drinks in the
To be
thing.
fair, one of them was a honey citrus bomb. So it's like,
No.
keeping me healthy.
No, you're just over.
I'm justified.
Now you're overhydrated. Heather's going to be missing during the event. We're going to be like, we know
She's in the bathroom again.
We know what happened. You know what else is happening? It's November, and I don't know how we're here.
I do not know how we're here because it feels like it was just June.
Yeah, we've been doing team member appreciation events for 3 months, 2 months so far.
I can't count. We started in July.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been fantastic and fun, but yeah. It has been fun to get out to every single one of our facilities, and we've served them a meal, we've played games, and we've given out prizes, and just to let our teams know how much we appreciate them and everything they bring to Goodwill and to each other, and then just letting them know we're here to support them as they're walking through life.
November is a time where many come together with their friends and families, like we have for the last couple of months here at Goodwill Industries of the Inland Northwest. And this is the time where people celebrate what they're grateful for. And guess what? We are grateful for you, our donors, our shoppers, our team members, program participants, community business partners, and our social services partners.
Yeah, absolutely. So, some of you may not know what our mission statement is, but, at Goodwill Industries of the Inland Northwest here in Eastern Washington and North Idaho, we share our mission, and that is together we create opportunities that change lives and strengthen communities. And that together part is really important because we can't do what we do without our community members, without our partners, without our shoppers and donors, because it is your donations and your purchases that are the primary source of support for all of our social service programs. So the programs that you're supporting really focus on helping people get jobs, training people for different types of work, especially in our very digital world, but also providing housing support and helping people become financially stable so that they are able to buy their groceries and pay rent and, be stably housed and have those things that they need. And so really just focusing on all of those areas. We couldn't do it without each and every one of you. And that includes our team members as well.
So Goodwill is more than a store. We're so much more than that. I know people are like, oh, you're a store. Like you're a discount store.
No.
That's the reason. No, that is not the reason.
Yep.
We're not a store. We are, we have stores to help fund our programs. And your donations help change lives in the Inland Northwest.
Absolutely. So, 23 counties in Eastern Washington and North Idaho. That is our service area. It's pretty large. It's very rural, but you are helping us with all that work. So thank you very much. And one of the very cool ways that you have been helping and that Goodwill has helping together, we're changing some lives in the Inland Northwest in very local communities is through our partnership with KXLY and Coats for Kids this year. So we, through the month of October, we're collecting coats at every single one of our stores for kids who are in need this winter. You know, we know that the inland Northwest can be very cold.
Very cold. We can get chilly.
Wet. I was thinking that this morning on my way to work.
We finally got chilly.
Yeah, it was not 90 anymore. But KXOY approached us this summer and asked if we would like to partner with them. And so every single one of our stores had both a box in the store and had a box at our donation service center for people to donate gently used or brand new coats. And so we had people coming into the stores and just coming in as they were going to do their shopping and dropping coats in the boxes, purchasing coats that they bought at Goodwill and putting them in the boxes. And to be completely honest, we had stores that had full boxes of coats before October 1st even came. It was
huge
crazy.
Shout out to the Post Fall store.
Oh my
and I just
gosh.
know this because we've been at the Post Fall store for a couple of different things, but they've had bags upon bags
Exactly.
of children's coats.
And it was fantastic. So to all of you who just said, oh yeah, I have kids' coats, because I'm a mom. I know how quickly kids grow out of those coats, that they wanted to donate to all of our team members who brought in coats or bought coats. Thank you to everybody, because that is so many coats for kids who are in need this winter. And so the cool thing too is that there are partners throughout each of our communities, everywhere from Ponderay to Moscow and Lewis and out to East Wenatchee and Moses Lake, that those coats are staying in those communities for kids there. So
where can people find those coats, Heather?
So they have distribution centers. You can also go, if you don't remember this list, go to kxly.com, Coats for Kids.
Or just
and
coatsforkids.com.
Coatsforkids.com. There you go, Michelle. Nice and easy. And it shows the distribution sites. But there are several distribution sites in the area.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Heather gave me a cue, and I was like, I'm listening along, going, Coats for Kids. This is fabulous.
what?
I'm warm. Kids are going to be warm. So here in Spokane, there are 3 different distribution centers. There's the West Central Community Center from November 5th through November 7th, and it's going to be open from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and then 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. I wrote 3 a.m. and I went, that's probably not right. The next location in Spokane is the Northeast Community Center from November 4th through November 15th, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the last location in Spokane is the Mission Community Outreach, which is on November 6th. So this one is only one day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Now, you can also go, if you're in the Spokane Valley area, or those other dates don't work for you, you can go to you can go to Partners INW on Monday, October 28th through Monday, November 5th. So that's about a week. And that will be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then also on Tuesday, November 6th from 9 a.m. to noon. So that's at Partners INW in Spokane Valley.
If you're in Coeur d'Alene, you can visit St. Vincent de Paul Help Center on October 28th through November 22nd, Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m.
Now, up in Bonner County, or for our partners in our communities up in North Idaho, you can go to the Bonner County Food Bank. They're going to be distributing coats throughout the month of November on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and also on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 a.m. to noon.
And last, very not least, down in Moscow, Idaho, they have a one-day event. So this is only one day in Moscow on November 6th. It's going to be at 1021 Harold Avenue in Moscow, Idaho, from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. And I know what you're thinking. That was a lot of information. And like we said, you can visit coatsforkids.com, or you can check the Good Bits section down below, and we will have all the links for you there.
Absolutely. So if you know somebody who has kids who are in need of warm coats this winter, send them on over there so that they can get the coats that they need. And, we're so very thankful for every single one of our donors and shoppers, whether you're shopping online or in store. I honestly don't think we can say thank you enough, because we can't do it without you. 85 cents of every dollar goes to support our social service programs. For those of you who are donating those one-of-a-kind items, or if you're purchasing one of those one-of-a-kind items, I have a lot of those. You really are helping to fund our programs in Eastern Washington and North Idaho. You're helping thousands of people every year. And honestly, over the last 15 years, you have helped more than 85,000 people. So thank you for that. But one of those programs that you're helping support is Goodwill Supportive Services for Veteran Families program. Now, SSVF does receive a large amount of grant funding, but Goodwill also, has a part that we are supporting in that. So the SSVF program helps veterans who are homeless or who are at risk of becoming homeless, and that's veterans and their families. And they help hundreds of people every year who've served in the U.S. military, and they help them find and keep a safe place to live.
So you might be wondering, what can SSVF help? You may be wondering what SSVF may be able to help with. So they can help with deposits and rental application fees, rent, housing searches, and applications for benefits you may qualify for, and other services you may need. So not only do you have a case manager that works with you to help find housing, but they also walk you through like the VA system. Maybe you're not registered for VA, which is Veterans Affairs. If you're not registered in the medical system, they can also take you to appointments for New Beginnings of North Idaho.
So New Beginnings is a local nonprofit, and they collect donated items, and veterans can come in and get those items, whether it's they need a couch or they need some dishes or they need a bed. So it really helps them get stable, and they offer a lot of other services too.
And not only just items too, but they also have food. So I know food banks donate to them all the time. And it's one of those unique experiences for a homeless veteran that maybe hasn't been able to shop in a regular store for a very long time. And it's one of those programs where it really gives you back like a regular life, where they walk you through with like a shopping cart, and you can just go shopping. And it's just a normal thing that many of us take for granted, of just being able to go to a store and like shop.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's, when you haven't been in that experience where you are homeless or you don't have the money to shop, it's hard to relate. And so it's a real gift and very special for those people to be able to get what they need and shop like a regular person, but they're not having to spend the money to do it. So
Goodwill has been a partner with New Beginnings for many, many years.
Many years. They've received several awards from us just for the partnership that they provide in helping the veterans that we're serving. So New Beginnings in November, we're thankful for you guys.
Yeah, we are very grateful for you.
So we'll go back to SSVF. So if you're wondering about, how you qualify for that program, so you must have served at least one day of active service in the U.S. military, or you served in the U.S. military or reserves and were federally activated. So, that doesn't mean, I know many veterans feel like they don't qualify for things if they weren't in
a combat zone.
In a combat experience. I have those conversations often with my father-in-law. It's like, no, you committed to stand for your country and to help people and help protect people. You qualify. So you have to have, meet that active service or have been federally activated. You also must be living on a limited income, and you must be either homeless or have an eviction or termination of lease notice. So you can also find information about SSVF and about the qualifications for that on our website at discovergoodwill.org. Go to the I Need Help section and look for the I'm a Veteran.
And if you're already on our Good Bits page, check out the links below.
Hey, so easy.
We make it so easy.
Thanks, Michelle.
If you listen to us, we've got everything all on one easy page. So Veterans Day is on Monday, November 11th, literally right around the corner, and we are so grateful for our Goodwill team members who have served in the military. Our Goodwill is made up of many different branches of service, and in a variety of positions across our organization. We would like to thank each and every one of our team members, and you, if you served in the military, thank you.
So this is my very favorite part of the podcast.
I don't know if you're a regular listener. One, we're grateful for you for regularly listening to us, but it's success story time.
It is, so our spotlight stories are just the special parts. Our team gets to go collect those stories from our Workforce and Family Services team members, and this is our time to get to share those with you. So today's spotlight story is about Joseph. So Joseph was really struggling with addiction, and his life was spiraling out of control, and he ended up homeless. He was living in a tent out in a field.
I can't even imagine that.
I cannot either. Like, it's cold in the winter, it's wet, it's hot in the summer, and just not having a bathroom and having running water and just all those things. So if you can just kind of put yourself in that mode, if you've never experienced it, if you're a camper, if you've ever camped, think about that. That's your life.
Yeah, never ending.
Never ending. And Joseph really had to face that harsh weather, animals and other dangers. And he felt cut off from the world. His health was getting worse while he's living out in that tent. And he just started to isolate himself from friends and family, and he was just losing hope. But everything changed when Goodwill came into Joseph's life. Goodwill helped him transition into an Oxford house where he could be safe and start to rebuild his life. So Oxford Houses of Washington State is a group of self-run, self-supported recovery houses that provide an opportunity for people who are recovering to really have that stable learning how to live clean and sober long term, right? And having that support of it. But they're also in an Oxford house, they are also part of the house. They kind of govern the house together. They help pay the house expenses together. So they're in this safe, stable, clean living environment where they're being sober and they're learning how to function and live and maintain a home, so that it just gives them that confidence and that stability. So Goodwill made sure that Joseph stayed accountable and responsible for his actions, and they helped keep him focused on his goals and checked in regularly with him and make sure that he had everything that he needed. And Joseph says that thanks to Goodwill, he found a safe place to live at the Oxford house. He also got a full-time job, which was a huge step toward improving his life, right? Because the confidence that comes with having a job and
the financial support.
Having a paycheck to pay your bills. And he began to see a brighter future, one that included the possibility of retirement. That's exciting, right? And his life became more organized and then focused on his tasks and his goals. As Joseph's life improved, so did his mental health. He says he felt happier and healthier than he had in a long time. And he said, without Goodwill, my life would be a lot darker. I would not be where I am today, and I could even be worse off than I was. I think it would have been possibly ruined my renewed relationship with my mother. Joseph's outlook on life has changed for the better, and he feels more confident in himself and his actions, all thanks to the support he received from Goodwill. He said, Goodwill inspired change in me, and I am more confident in myself and my actions. So without Goodwill, I might not have that same confidence and made the choices that I'm making to better myself today.
And his success story inspires me.
It does, absolutely. So Joseph, congratulations. We're proud of you. Thank you for turning to Goodwill for help. And we're so proud of you and just all the steps you've made toward the goals that you had. And we're glad that we can be part of your journey to help you get there.
As we wrap up this episode in November 2024, I don't know if you know, but listen next month for our very special 85th anniversary edition of Goodwill Industries of the Inland Northwest What's Good Goodwill podcast. And that's pretty good.
That's amazing.
Hey, if you're hearing this message, you've listened to our new episode all the way to the end. And for that,
Thank you.
And don't forget to keep up with what's good by following us on social media. On Facebook at INW Goodwill, Instagram at Goodwill_INW, Twitter at Goodwill INW, and TikTok at Goodwill INW.